I'm Raymond. You're watching RPadTV, and we are live on a Tuesday, live from New York. It's Tuesday night, and we're going to be talking about a lot of stuff today. We have Marcus, Paul, and Mac in the house. We're going to talk about the video games we're looking forward to this year, movies and TV shows we've been watching, and some reactions to two trailers. We have the Supergirl trailer, and today we had a brand new trailer for Daredevil Born Again pop up. And I'm excited.
Ironically, none of us are in New York.
Yes. Although in my heart, I will always be in New York.
Okay, that's fair.
How are you guys doing today? Let's start at the top. Marcus Beer.
I'm awake. That's basically a moral victory right now. So
yes.
Congratulations.
Paul Semel.
His hand works.
That's all I got. Yeah, that's all I got.
The nonverbal.
His hand is fully functional.
He's always been good with the handwork.
America's next top hand model.
And Mac Marshall.
I'm lucky to be here. I had a migraine earlier, and I took a shit ton of aspirin and other things, and realized also that I hadn't had any caffeine today, so I've been drinking a Coke. You see that happening in the background. That's me self-medicating Coca-Cola. Thanks for the laugh.
I love the hand laughter. It's like we're on different strokes. Or I don't know. Pick your...
You got to pull to what you're talking about.
Wow, it's still going.
The long one.
Okay,
did you actually test these before you put them into the mixer?
I did not. Yeah. No, one day they just showed up on the console, and here we are. But yeah, I mean, at one point or another, we have all worked or still work in the video game business. So we should talk about the video games we're looking forward to. Paul, why don't you kick us off, please?
Okay. So there's actually a metric ton of games that I'm looking forward to, and we'll be talking a little bit more about that a little later. I'm very excited for Gears of War E-Day.
Okay.
I love all those games, or all the main games, I should say. I didn't really like the Funko one. That one didn't really work for me. I'm also really excited for Tomb Raider Legacy of Atlantis, which is an updated remake of the original, the very first Tomb Raider game, which is cool because they did like a faithful remake of it recently, and trying to play it with like the 20-year-old controls was sort of painful.
Painstaking.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then there's two games that I got to see last summer at Summer Games Fest that I wanted to talk about real quick, because they may not. One of them is going to be on people's radars. One of them is not. The one that is not is called Spine. And this is basically, imagine John Wick if it was a cyberpunk world and he was a woman, but you still got to do all that kind of gun fu stuff.
Cool.
I had a chance to play it. Just like out, it was just like a weird thing where I was walking along and the guy's like, "Hey, you want to come see a game?" And I was like, "What is it like?" And he was like, "It's like this." And I was like, "Yeah, okay." And so I just went and played it, and it seems like it's going to be a lot of fun. I mean, you never know with these things because, it's not going to come out till like the end of this year at the earliest, and there's a billion one ways you can fuck up a game, even in the last few weeks. So, we'll see. And then the other one that I wanted to talk about, this one I actually have a release date for. April 24th is called Pragmata, which Capcom is putting out. And this one seems like, again, it could go horribly awry, but I don't think it will. And it's a sci-fi third-person shooter in which you carry a robot around on your back, and the robot can like hack doors, and it can hack like the robots that are attacking you.
So it's Fallen Jedi.
Kinda, yeah. It definitely gave me like Yoda sitting on Luke's back kind of vibes.
Oh, is that the one? Is the robot like a little girl?
Yes, that's where I was going. That's the weird thing about it is the robot looks like a 4-year-old girl wearing her dad's parka. Like it goes like it's huge.
And the main character's in like a Halo armor kind of deal.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. You're in like this, kind of, it looks like a cross between like a spacesuit and like Iron Man armor, if it was for outer space, and you have this like adorable little girl like clinging to your back, but she's a robot or something.
I did not.
I mean, it's very
realize she was.
Capcom.
I did not realize she was a robot until.
Yeah, she's a robot. She's not like a
Okay.
little girl, which doesn't explain
thought
like
that-
why she's
oh,
wearing
no,
like
no.
a parka
Okay.
and like has like really long hair and is, I don't know.
No, I like it. It's
But
even weirder
It's
now.
Capcom, so
Yeah.
if you've played a Capcom game, like none of that will be surprising to you whatsoever. 'Cause those people are weird, it's very strange. So
Very cool.
yeah, that's it for me. I
Marcus-
mean, there's a lot more, but
Yeah,
those are the four
yeah.
that I thought of off the top of my head.
Marcus, what is on your playlist? And nice Tumblr, Paul.
Thank you.
I have 3 definites on my playlist, and one that I've just been made aware of actually, and I'm going to lead with that. And it's coming out in April, and it's a simulation called I Am Jesus.
Oh,
Okay.
And I just think, hey, what better mix of
Who
me?
doesn't want to try it, right?
Yeah, it'd be rude not to.
is it I Am Jesus though, or it's not about like our friend Carlos? It's not I Am.
No, it's I
Jesus?
Am Jesus Christ.
Oh, okay.
It's coming from Playway SA, April 2nd, 2026. Keep your eyes out, or I'll be cross. Anyway, moving swiftly on. The first one I want to play is just, and this is simply because I've just got back into Diablo 4, and I've been playing it like crazy, and it's
Saw
Sword
that.
of Hatred. It's the new expansion. Just looks fun as fuck, basically. Diablo is this great game you can just almost switch off if you want to, or
Yes.
change the game into your own personal goals. I mean, I'm literally just playing every single side quest I can before I go into the end game, just to see, just to see what I can. And I've got to, I'm really enjoying that. But then there's obviously the big 2 at the end of the year for me. One of them is obviously GTA 6. That is going to be, assuming it comes out in 2026, which I think it will.
I don't think they'll. I don't think they'll delay it again. I don't know if they can.
Yeah.
Without people rioting.
But
But hey,
it looks, I mean, from what we've seen, I mean, I have this inherent trust in Rockstar with regards to they don't release stuff until it's right. They've been burned too many times, I think, with the GTA remasters that came out and some of the other more glitchy titles that were sort of like palmed off on other people. And GTA 5, I'd love to see the sales numbers on that. It's the first game I've ever bought across 3 platforms, PS4, PS5, and PC. And then the final one is Fable.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be still coming out this year. I am a little concerned about the graphics. They look a little bit too generic-y RPG. I've just found out that if you play evil or good, I mean, in the previous games, if you played evil, you started to look evil. You'd sprout horns. Your eyes would glow. None of that's in this one. They've got their own more intuitive versions of good and evil. So we'll see. It's being done by a British company. I'll be interested to see what celebs they've got in there because, I mean, Stephen Fry and Zoe Wanamaker really helped make the previous games, as far as I was concerned. But I mean, Albion's had a makeover. They're showing more and more of it and how you can impact it. And I've played through Fable 3 maybe 5 or 6 times, and 2 probably a dozen. So yeah, I mean, it's nice to look forward to something that's quintessentially British that I hope hasn't been mangled to shit.
How about you, Mac? What games are you looking forward to?
I'm gonna go off on a quick tangent real quick.
Yes.
Only because I just now, like a few minutes ago, realized what's behind Marcus in his office is the flashing gremlin.
Yeah, there was also my Christmas tree.
Just the placement of that, it looks like your head. It's basically sexually assaulting the back of your head. Just
Well,
you're sitting there.
This is a family show. Yeah, I actually got that as an apartment warming gift for myself late last year.
I love it.
and
That's
then
fantastic.
I didn't want to put a Christmas tree up last year. It's just too. Ugh. So I just
Why
put
would you
the
when you're that
Christmas
bad?
lights on him.
That's fantastic. I'm jealous, like thoroughly deeply in my soul. I want that thing. That's fantastic. All right, games that I'm looking forward to for this year. You guys mentioned a few of them that are definitely kind of, again, Fable, Diablo, all the biggies that are kind of like industry standards that you're going to want to go like, dip your feet into. But the one that really is for me is High on Life 2 is coming out, and should come as no surprise that that's my pick. From the guys who did it's Rick and Morty, right?
Well, not anymore.
Not anymore. Okay. But the first game and then the follow-on, the add-on pack, the fun part about the game is like all of the weapons, all the guns you use have like personalities and little faces, and they talk back to you and they talk shit, and they react to what you're doing in the game and in the world. So that was always really fun. And there's the game worlds are like just riddled with stupid stuff. Like if you bump into other NPC characters, some of the dialogue lines that came out, like if you just bump into a guy in the street, he's like, "Ow, my nipples!" Like just things like that would like crack me up throughout the entire game. And I'm just excited there's a sequel coming. And they even had the add-on pack, which is you played as the Knife. Like you could switch from the guns to the Knife, and the Knife's name was Knifey, and he was like a sadistic Australian like who loved blood and murder, and it was the best.
I liked High on Life. It was one of those sort of like sleeper hits that took me.
It totally was. Like I did not know. And
surprised.
somebody's like, "You haven't played this," and I was like, "No." They're like, "This game is literally made for you." And I was like, "Okay."
I didn't even realize there was a second one coming, so that's something to look forward to.
Yeah,
It's
super
coming
excited.
out
That's coming in March.
Like, no, it's like February 10th or 11th or something like that.
Okay, mid-Feb. That's what it was then.
Because I was going to mention that later as something. Well, anyway, we'll get to that later. But.
I'm sorry, I ruined, shit in your cereal, Paul. I didn't mean to.
Boop bloops.
What else you got on your list, Mac?
And like again, like the ones GTA, I think everybody's ready for that at this point. So again, the big ones you guys mentioned. I think for me, I know that this year, like I just finished my first full playthrough of the Outer Worlds 2, and
Right.
I need to go put it down and put it on the shelf for a while, and then I'm going to come back and replay that again, top to bottom, and get whatever other ending I get based on different choices and all. You build your character differently and all that stuff. So I got another one of those in me coming up. I still got to finish like the new Metroid game on Nintendo Switch 2, things that are like left over from last year. I still got to finish the Indiana Jones game on PC, so I started playing that again now. It felt right to run around punching Nazis still. So,
So for my list, and mine is probably way out of date because I am not keeping up with releases for things that I don't super care about. But you will not be surprised to learn that two of my choices are Japanese RPGs. The first one is Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave for Switch 2. I'm a massive fan of this series. I love JRPGs in general, but if they have a tactical element like the Fire Emblem series does, then I am all about it. I believe this is coming out in the summer. They haven't announced a release date yet, but it's supposed to be mid 2026. One game that is unannounced, but everyone is speculating that it will be this year, is the 10th generation Pokemon game. They haven't announced anything at all, but this year's the 30th anniversary of Pokemon, so they're expecting that it will be sprung on us later. And the third game is actually also from Game Freak, which is the developer of the Pokemon series, the proper Pokemon games, not like, garbage like Pokemon Go, which I still play, but it's not very good. But they released a trailer for Beast of Incarnation. I want to get the name right. Beast of Reincarnation. And it almost looks like a Ghosts of Yote kind of deal where
Yeah,
which is not
I'm playing that too. I haven't finished it yet. That's another one I got to get through.
But it doesn't look like, when you think of Game Freak, most people that know them only know them as the Pokemon developer. So to see this action sword slasher game, I'm like, whoa, these guys got angry all of a sudden. So yeah, that is what I'm looking forward to, but I will still have to get through my backlog. I bought Baldur's Gate when it was $10 and still have to open
Which
it.
one?
The last one that was on PC. Is that 3? Yeah.
3. Yeah. Okay. I
I
have
still-
that. I've dabbled, but like it's hard to like you got to commit. That's
Yeah.
one of
It's
those
a lot of
just
effort,
kinda
isn't
like,
it?
my weekend is gone, or to just to get into it. Like
Yeah.
it takes that much.
I still have another Dragon Age game to play that
Okay.
I didn't get around to, and I
Oh,
think
Veilguard?
yeah, is that 2 years old now?
About 18
But-
months.
All of us have a backlog of games that we've been meaning to get to.
But that was also randomly on sale for $10. So I'm like, yeah, I can't not get it.
I think Raymond, when you and I met, I probably worked on Baldur's Gate. Like at that
The first
point.
one, yes.
Yeah.
I played. I think I played the second one 18 times. Like, yeah, I played the hell out. I love those old Infinity Engine games.
Oh
like
yeah.
Planescape Torment was also fantastic.
Yeah. Okay. Fun fact, since we're just talking about weird shit, Planescape Torment, I was a consumer playtester for,
Oh,
and so then, unbeknownst to me, however long later, I interviewed at Interplay Entertainment, and I got the job at Interplay shortly after. And then I'm in a meeting with one of the guys. He's like, "Dude, I know you," and I was like, "Okay." And he's like, "You were a focus tester for this game that we did a little while ago called Planescape, and you came in, you had a whole bunch of opinions, surprise, and like I talked a whole lot in the group, so like they totally remembered me from that because I was the mouthy idiot who had a lot to say about games."
you made
And
an
then-
impression. That's awesome.
And then I ended up working at Interplay right after that. And then I was like, "Oh my gosh, this is that game." I remember seeing posters of it on the hallway while I was walking through, and then I finally connected the dots. It was neat. But Planescape Torment was one of my favorite games.
Yes, it was very weird, but also
Warped.
very, very RPG-ish. I just,
Yeah.
I just love the Infinity Engine. That was like my sweet spot.
Why can't somebody re-release? I know they've done it too in the past, but like somebody just need like new tech, new everything, new engine, like full re-release of the original game. That'd be fantastic. I'd love that.
I think somebody did. I forget what the company was called, but they did a bunch of the old Infinity Engine games and kind of cleaned up the graphics a little bit.
Yeah, I actually have the re-released version of it on Good Old Games. I think.
Yeah. That's who it was. Yeah.
Yeah. So and it plays fine, but it's not like built on like a new contemporary. Like I'd love to see somebody take a new take on that whole property.
Yeah, no, that'd be awesome. But I would like to see that engine kind of updated. I know that like isometric
The
views
top
are
down.
not. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not popular anymore. But
I love it. That's how I
Yeah.
love playing like the old RPG games.
yeah.
Baldur's Gate, Icewind Dales.
Then I would like. I remember some of the bigger battles in Baldur's Gate. I'd hit pause, think about what I was gonna do, and eat a sandwich like for 30 minutes. Then unpause it as all my commands happen. Like,
and then
my battles would
immediately
take
die
forever.
and be like, "That was worth it."
Yeah. Oh, the good old days. But Paul, I think you had some other things you wanted to mention on your games list, or anything honorably mentionable?
No, I mean the only other one that I'm excited for is Resident Evil, because I get excited for every Resident Evil game. Although this one looks like it's going to be more like Resident Evil 7, which is one of my lesser in the series. I like Resident Evil 8 a lot more. I like it when it's hits that sweet spot of action and horror and survival horror, whereas this new one seems to be like they're going more for the full horror thing. So, but that's
See,
okay.
I prefer that. Like I don't remember when it got too actiony for me, but I remember thinking, I'm like, survival horror shouldn't really have like fully automatic weapons. It just doesn't seem proper.
Unlimited ammo.
But I wanted to get a quick take from you guys, since Paul mentioned Tomb Raider. What do you think? Do you have any opinion of Sophie Turner as Lara? Did she make any impression on you?
I mean, I'm excited to see it just for the sake of I've loved that franchise since the beginning. I worked with what's his name, Toby
Gard
at some point in life on a different project. But I mean, so I loved all those games. I love like the kind of iterations of them over the years. Like at some point there was just like when they brought it to, I think it was PS4 or 5, I don't remember, but when they made like a tech jump and like redid the game and it looked beautiful, That was the last one I played, and it was fantastic. I love single player games that are like well done and well thought out. It felt like Uncharted, you know. So
Yeah.
So I'm excited for it, and then for the movie, I think I don't know, like anything's better than what was before.
Oh,
Right? So I don't see it getting worse. With
Alicia, what's her face?
Vikander.
Yes.
But
I
this
didn't
is a TV
see
show,
either
isn't
of
it?
those.
I saw that one, and it wasn't terrible. Like, you know, I'm a easy lay when it comes to watching TV, man. I'll watch anything, but like, it wasn't all. I didn't turn it off. That's how I kind of judge if it was really bad. You know, I didn't get up and walk away and forget about it. But I don't know. I'm excited. Maybe more because I'm more like so deep in Game of Thrones territory right now, like watching the original. So she's top of mind with me, anyways.
Yeah. Marcus, you were saying?
The new Tomb Raider is actually a TV show, not a movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I was asking, what do you think of Sophie as Lara, Marcus?
I don't think it's going to be too much of a leap from Game of Thrones to this. I mean, she's a good actress. She's got some stuff on Amazon right now, a new series I haven't watched, but it's getting sort of like good reviews.
I don't know if I see her as like, I don't know, I want to say capable, because I mean, obviously she is, she got the role, but like, I don't see her as like capable physically as like that level of like uber, like Alicia Vikander was like legitimately like ripped and like is a lady who could pull herself up off of a cliff easily. I don't know if I envision that with Sophie Turner when I think Sophie Turner. If she can pull it off, fantastic. You know, if it's camera trickery, well done, fine. But like, I don't look at her and think like the same thing as what's the girl who plays oh god, the robot and Guardians? What's her name?
Karen Gillan.
Thank you, Karen Gillan. Like Karen Gillan, I was like, Jesus, like she's fit and like, you know, kicks ass. But I don't get those vibes when I look at Sophie Turner.
Interestingly, Karen Gillan was never really known as action type actress because she was in, before she got Guardians.
She was Amy.
She was Amy Pond in Doctor Who. That was her first big role. And
what's the other the movies with, it's like The Rock and like,
she's in Jumanji. She did action. Before that, like, but yeah, Sophie Turner did this movie called Barely Lethal, where she was playing like a high school student. Well, she was really an evil spy, but posing as a high school student, and she did some action in that. It wasn't a great movie and didn't have great action, but she's done that.
Maybe this is her time to prove all, like me and whoever else, wrong. Like maybe she'll be the next female action supermodel hero. Like, who knows? Yeah, I mean,
she's got a lot.
Stranger things have happened.
She's got a lot of anger in her. I mean, who wouldn't be married to a Jonas for that long? I reckon that everybody she punches on the set will have the Jonas mask on in her head. It'll be like that scene in Suicide Squad where Mr. Polka Dot guy kept on seeing his mom everywhere towards the end.
One of my favorite characters, by the way.
This one, it doesn't. I don't think it warrants any worry with regards to Sophie Turner. She's a damn good actress. She was, you just look at how she evolved through Game of Thrones. She went from this spoiled, simpering bitch, then she went through absolute hell, and she came out the other side with a sort of like a very smart steeliness about her. Mm-hmm. So yeah, we'll see, but I'm not mad at it.
Yeah, I'm not. It doesn't, like, it's not a worry. It's just, like I said, I just don't associate her. But at some point, one of us could have said, like, none of us really associated Angelina Jolie, who was like frail. Like you never really associated her with this like action stuff.
Yeah, and we would have said that about Alicia Vikander before she did the Tomb Raider movie, because she was known for doing like Swedish art films and stuff.
Yeah,
I mean, the one that I always think of when people have this discussion is Keira Knightley, who looks like she's 98 pounds wet and would blow away if you sneeze too hard. But then she does that movie Domino, and you're like, oh, okay, now I buy her as a. I
forgot about that movie. That's a great movie.
And that movie had some of the worst trailers ever, where she's like, "I'm Domino Harvey," but I kept thinking of Eddie Izzard narrating it, and it was just funnier.
Anything narrated by Eddie Izzard would be better.
Yeah, this is Bad Crumble.
I mean, and let's also remember that the problem with the previous Tomb Raider movies wasn't the actress, it was the scripts.
Right, it's the writing.
And the
Especially
direction.
The Cradle of Life. The Cradle of Life was awful. That
Right,
was the
but
second one that she did, that Jolie did. The first one was fine.
Right, but it wasn't like Angelina Jolie was terrible in an otherwise good movie. It was the movie itself was terrible.
yeah, that's my
You know,
concern
the script
with
and the direction. So
that's my concern with Sophie Turner. Like outside of Game of Thrones, I haven't seen anything that she's impressed me with. Like nobody will look at her and like, oh, she was a great Jean Grey in those.
It says right
Well,
here,
again,
like
he was-
somewhere in 2024, there was a Tomb Raider: The Legend of Lara Croft with Haley Atwell.
That was animated.
that was
series.
animated, and that was also terrible because of the writing.
Okay.
So
So
So this will be the first time that a British actress has performed live action Lara Croft.
It's got Sigourney Weaver in it too, and Jason Isaacs.
I mean, I love Sigourney Weaver. She is padding out that pension. I mean, she's in Mandalorian and Grogu.
yeah.
And she's been in a bunch of stuff where she's popped up, and I'm like, you go, girl, you pad that pension out.
well, she doesn't have money on the back end of the Avatar film, so she's got to get it
But
somewhere.
it reminds me of that joke Nikki Glazer said at the Golden Globes this year about Steve Martin and Martin Short, showing us that you're never too old to need money. So- but yeah,
True.
let us move on. Mac, I want to throw this one to you first. There was a Supergirl teaser released last week, and we got our first glimpse of Lobo, played by Khal Drogo. And a lot of people have been excited for this character.
So I've been meaning to ask because
Yes.
I get it. It's like the first time you saw Jason Momoa as Lobo. Cool. It's also the first time we saw Jason Momoa dress up to play any superhero character that he's just going to play Jason Momoa.
Well, I mean, he Jason Momoa'd Aquaman.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, like, why is there so much excitement behind Lobo?
I think it's a perfect match of character and actor, because Lobo is supposed to be, he's supposed to have this, he's ultra violent. He has this humor and this swagger about him. At the time in the 90s, DC was trying to kind of make him their Wolverine kind of deal. So he was supposed to appeal to older readers.
Okay.
But you're right,
I
Mac.
just didn't know
it
the
is.
significance of, like, I get it. Like, Jason Momoa is like, he's a draw. Like, he's a good looking dude. Like, he'll play, the ladies will go see the movie because of him. I'm sure there's going to be lots of Jason Momoa shirtless or very hairy, So, but I just didn't understand, like, why there was so much, like, oh man, like, it's like, okay, like it's a new character from the movie. Like,
well, I mean, in terms of the comics and actors you like, it's like when Ryan Reynolds first was in that Deadpool teaser, that match of, I can't picture anyone else.
Level, though?
I can't picture anyone else being a big funny actor like that. With that kind of attitude.
Okay.
Maybe
that
Terry Crews
like
from
now
15 years ago. Okay.
I also think that people like Jason Momoa, and they know how much he wants to do this, so that almost like they're happy for him.
Yeah.
Because he's been like, I've wanted to, like, he asked to play Lobo, like when they first were doing the other movies, and they were like, yeah, we're not going to do Lobo, but how would you like to be Aquaman? He's like, all right, fine.
And then, because I haven't gotten that far through the graphic novel yet, Ray, how significant a part does Lobo play in the overall kind of narrative of the Supergirl movie?
Well, in the graphic novel, he plays no part because he's not in it. But the interesting part is that he originally was supposed to be, but they told Tom King not to use him for reasons. But that's why I'm kind of excited to see, because Tom King is working on this movie as well. I'm really interested to see what kind of role he'll play in it, and if Tom King will be happy with it as he originally intended. So
and it's like, to me, because I only know what I know, which is not a lot, but like, how much of a threat is Lobo to, like, Supergirl, who kicks a shit ton of ass, right? Like,
In the comics, Lobo has had toe-to-toe fights with Superman, and
really?
he can hang with him. Yeah, like
Neat.
one of the reasons people equate him with DC's Wolverine is that he has that healing factor, but even more so.
Okay.
So you would have to pretty much nuclear.
See, now
obliterate
it all
him.
makes more sense to me. Now I'm genuinely more excited after knowing what I know now.
Well, that's excellent. Marcus, Paul, your thoughts on Lobo?
Looks great. I mean, it's perfect casting. I mean, he has the looks. He has the same attitude as the Lobo character. I think it is going to be a case of Jason Momoa is Jason Momoa in Supergirl, but with makeup on.
Making Lobo sexy.
Well, I mean, it's one of those things. It's like you said, there are certain dream castings where they know so much about the source material. We've had a couple of those in Doctor Who over the years. But I mean, Ryan Reynolds, I can't imagine how broken his little heart was when he watched X-Men Origins and read the script, and it's like, what? I know if I
was so angry when they sewed Deadpool's mouth shut. I'm like, what the like, that's the whole point of him is
character.
Yeah, he's the merc with the mouth, and then you sewed his mouth shut.
But they even comment. He's like, looks like they figured out a way to shut you up after all, Wade. Like,
I mean, it's rare you get some sort of dream casting who fits that well. I mean, Hugh Jackman fit well as Wolverine. He's made the part his own, but he came into it not knowing too much about what even a Wolverine was.
Yeah,
I mean, he was this song and dance man from Australia who is, a good foot taller than Wolverine is in the books. But look at how well he's adapted while having another career. And Momoa's obviously got the same. He's got this movie coming out next month with Drax.
I would have loved it. Danny DeVito.
That's coming out this week.
Wolverine.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah. I will talk about
Danny
that later.
DeVito was perfect in Batman Returns. So was Michelle Pfeiffer. I mean, how good. Everybody freaked out about Michael Keaton back in the day.
Yeah.
And then Heath Ledger back in the day. And some of these, I mean, people were like, oh, Batfleck, I can't stand Ben Affleck as Batman. Give him a chance. And you know what? He bulked up. He played this older Batman, very dry. And I thought it was a shame he didn't get his own movie.
Mm.
Paul, I thought it was funny when you said that people feel happy for Jason Momoa. I'm like, why? That guy has a hell of a lot.
Ray's like, fuck that guy.
I know that, but like, I don't know. Like, he's a very, he seems like a very nice guy and a very likable guy, and I think people are happy that he's getting to do. You know what I mean?
I feel like I would enjoy hanging out with him for a night.
Yeah, he plays guitar too. He looks like he can party.
I don't think my liver could take it.
His list of women that he's dated.
Sent out for a backup liver.
Yeah.
Lisa Bonet, Zoe Kravitz, and now he's dating Bix from Andor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God damn it. It's like
fuck that guy. I agree, Ray.
So, or I have to like play There Goes My Hero every time he's on screen. Yeah. So moving on from DC to Marvel, today they dropped a Deadpool Born Again Season 2 trailer. Marcus, this was on your list for most wanted TV shows of 2026.
You said Deadpool Born Again.
Did I say Daredevil Born Again? So
I heard Deadpool. Sorry.
That might be.
Well, there was news. It did come out.
It might be in my head.
Well, no, and what's interesting, you say that because it came out after the Deadpool trailer. I mean, the Daredevil trailer came out. There was news reports that Ryan Reynolds is starting to work on Deadpool 4.
Uh-huh.
Really? Anything to take the focus off of Blake, right?
Oh my
well,
God.
Yes.
I hate that I know so much about Blake Lively. I wish I knew nothing about Blake Lively.
Yeah, the amount of stuff, like,
It's
again, it's
just
just
fun.
like every news cycle with them is like, who gives a fuck? Just move on. Like,
I miss when Robin Lively was the primary Lively to me in that family.
yeah.
Can we go back to Teen Witch or whatever the hell she was in? But Marcus, what did you make of the Daredevil Born Again?
I wasn't aware until you actually sent me the email that the new trailer was dropped, and I was just coming back from my oncologist, so pulled over on the side of the road in your neck of the woods, Paul. And I watched it, and then I watched it again. Then I got in the back of the car and had a wank. Then I watched it again, but I was out of lotion, so I couldn't do another dry. I couldn't do a dry one.
No spit and rub.
No dry doctor.
The medication I'm on, it just dries my mouth out. So I couldn't Brokeback Mountain it, I'm afraid.
I can't believe I said spit and rub. I haven't made that joke since high school.
It looks great. I mean, just the flashes of Matt having a good time with what's her face, annoying bird,
with Karen.
Yeah, Karen Page.
But they're living in some hole in the ground. It looks like. It's very weird.
But then, you look at one of the things I noticed was that there was some very Trumpian Wilson Fisk posters around the externals, the external shots, and then we get to see Foggy in what was obviously a flashback. It has to be a flashback, right?
Yeah, he has the old long hair, so it looks like a flashback. Although in the comics they did fake his death and he went to witness protection, but who knows?
Yeah,
we talked about this on the last podcast, right? Like, this is one of those. So I haven't seen the trailer yet, so I need to go apparently check to make sure we're stocked up on lotion, and then but then I haven't seen the trailer yet. But we were talking about this last week. We're like, I never kind of really reinvested in. I want to say Deadpool now, and I can't.
Daredevil.
Yes.
I never really kind of reinvested in this series. So now I got to go back and start again. Where I think what's it called? Born Again. I think the original season.
Don't go back to the Netflix stuff. It's a waste of time. You can drop straight into Born Again, and there's enough episodes before it launches for you to just do one a week.
Okay.
But yeah, we get to see a version of Fisk who's he's climbing into a boxing ring, and everybody has always there's he's a big bowl of blubber and everything, but the really good books, like the ones with the Punisher or whatever, he has these ding dong toe-to-toe battles to echo what you said about Superman and Lobo, and to see him beat the shit out of somebody in a ring. There's something going on with Matt's hearing as Kingpin figured out a new weapon to mess with his ears,
disorient him.
There's a lot of things there that are hinting at some loops closing. I have much more faith than I did going into the original series, and Ray, you and I agree that the current showrunner who took over halfway through last season was certainly a better bet in the long run. I'm hoping for a couple of good standalone episodes like The Bank, and a couple of others. Yeah,
and we got the return of Jessica Jones, which made me outstandingly happy. I was so happy to see her. I was so happy to hear her give Matt shit. I mean, I love their relationship. And
I think we're going to get more than her.
Yes,
I think we might be pleasantly surprised, which is great, because if they want to go and set up the Defenders, or I would really love to see Matt Murdock, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, and even
Iron Fist
dropped.
Well, don't forget, Iron Fist is the lady now, not the guy.
Oh, Jessica! I will see Jessica Hennick anytime.
Yeah,
I'm totally down.
They want to use the previous guy, or they want to recast and turn it into Anne Lady. Want to see them in Secret Wars. In fact, Secret Wars would be a great time to switch over the Iron Fists, because you'll have a Iron Fist from an alternate reality, and it could be, Iron Fisting the lady.
Paul, did the trailer do anything for you?
I mean, I'm about as excited for it as I was the first season. But yeah, the Jessica Jones thing, because I really like that character a lot, and I loved that show. Of the Netflix shows, that was my favorite. And she
Especially
again, you
this
talk about
season.
people who are perfectly cast. Like Kristen Ritter
Yeah.
is just really good as Jessica
Absolutely.
in that
I mean,
show.
looking back at the Netflix stuff, I think Jessica Jones season 1 is the best they did. And that,
Really?
yeah, for me, I guess, I mean, David Tennant was so good as
I'll have to go
Purple.
back and
Tennant,
retry that.
when Tennant does a bad guy,
Yeah.
it really does put shivers in you.
But what and he gave me that thing that you know a lot of TV and movie bad guys, they're evil, bad, or whatever. But David Tennant scared me as Purple Man. Like I'm like, yeah, I would have messed with that guy's messed up. Like I don't want to be around that guy. Like, yeah. But Paul, you were saying before I went on my David Tennant rant.
The only thing that I was curious about is Marcus mentioned this. There's a scene where there's something happens. There's like a flash of light, and
Yes.
and Matt is disoriented, and
But
I
Karen
wonder
is
if
fine.
that isn't something that ties into the Avengers movie. Like maybe that's like something that's going to come at the very end and somehow be related to what goes on in the Avengers movies. Like
A lot of people are thinking exactly that, especially, and I have to watch it back again. And I've already watched it like 5 times, but I think there's like a flash of green light in that scene. So
But then
that could be a
directly
Doom
to
thing.
They cut to Fisk, and he's like, "Oh," and he's in a tech background and stuff, which made me think that it's some sort of audio-related weapon. But yeah, I mean,
it very well could be. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, what
it could be Doomsday. I mean, we don't know.
what it should be is that Fisk figured out how to weaponize Justin Bieber's music, so only Matt hears it. And he's blasting Bieber in directly to his ears.
Probably using directed audio, right? Just
like a dog whistle, but a Daredevil dog whistle.
Yes.
hey man, I'll tell you what. Like,
You just see like Wilson Fisk going like
Or when they had that Daredevil pastiche in The Boys, and Homelander's like, "What if I do this?" And he just hits him in the ears, and
so fun
the guy's just
tangent.
useless.
In my time at Turtle Beach, I worked on something called hypersound, which was directed audio technology. Right, we could beam specific audio and like something around this size to like people about 30 feet away. And so we took it to CES one year, and I ended up hijacking the machine and putting Thriller on it. And then as people were like walking through the aisles, I'd just be like, I'd aim the little machine to like project audio at them, and people would be walking around, just walking through the aisle, and they'd be like, why am I hearing Thriller? Like we would just do it to random people, and they would come by the booth. It was funny.
That
But
reminds
it's
me of
actual tactic that works.
Yeah, that's not going to get weaponized, is it?
No, they're already doing it. It's called LRAD. It's the LRAD technology they're using on people in Minneapolis now.
I used to weaponize the Bee Gees in college. I would blast Staying Alive from my car, and then just drive very slowly to make everyone hear it.
Guitar Hero PR team was notorious for like, we would basically set up like speakers in each of the cube farms and have like just song battles all day long throughout. So like people would just put like, and everybody would try and like ruin somebody's day by playing a song that you would just get stuck in your head for the rest of the day. So like really good ones, like Milli Vanilli, things like that. You just you walk around the hallway and you're like, why am I humming Milli Vanilli? God damn it.
Girl, it's girl, it's girl.
Probably just ruined that night for a lot of people, hopefully.
In college, our dorm rooms were set up like suites. So I would lock my room before I went to class. And one of my roommates in the other suite, he hated this Shonen Knife song that I would listen to a lot. So I'd leave that on loop, on blast, lock my door, and then leave.
So you're a good roommate.
Were you ever liked as a companion?
I tortured that guy. Like one time, like I rearranged all his furniture, put it all in a corner, and duct taped it all together.
Oh yeah, we did lots of practical jokes. So at one point, somebody from the actors or PR team stole my iPhone for a few hours and made me think it was gone. And then the next day when we came to the office, I had switched that person's office with somebody else's cubicle. Like I took pictures, came in like way early that day, like 6 a.m. in the morning and showed up and literally just swapped an office with a cube and like put everything back exactly where it was, but just in a much smaller format.
Two more pranks that I'm remembering about this one roommate. The funnier one I'll save next, but during midterms, for some reason, there was this like industrial stapler in our suite. So I stapled all his notebooks so they wouldn't open.
If you were the person who was the subject of this abuse, please write in and let us know. And we'll figure out a way to repay Ray on your behalf.
We are still close friends.
One of the studios I worked with ages ago, I won't say which one because it's just too funny, but at one point Activision put like an in-house marketing person at one of the studios, and the studios were never happy about that. So they gave him like the shitty desk and the shitty this and the shitty monitor and all that stuff. And apparently that guy rubbed everybody the wrong way. So one of the dudes was like a craftsman, like a wood, like, so every like month the guy would come in, unbolt the side of this guy's desk, shave off like a micron of the desk, and then put it all back together. So every month this guy's desk was continually just shrinking and just getting smaller and smaller and smaller until it was noticeable at some point, like the mouse pad's hanging over the edge. And I was like, what's happening to this desk? Like it was bigger before I left that. So that was one of the long-term practical jokes they were doing.
The last
big commitment though to bring power tools in the office for that.
The last joke I had on my friend that he thought was funny as well is there are all these Saved by the Bell posters on sale at the dollar store, and my friend was from Bayside, Queens, so I would accuse him of being friends with Zach and Kelly all the time. But when he was gone, I covered his walls with all these Saved by the Bell posters, and it made me very happy.
I like that you're now putting fine print at the bottom about our penchant for tangents.
That's been there for a while. I mean, it's very handy to have.
You have no fucking clue what we're talking about. We're off on a tangent.
But let us move away from a tangent. And Paul, can you give us a quick update on what is going on with your website?
Oh yeah. So I kind of alluded to this earlier. There's a couple of cool reviews that are going to be coming up in the next couple of weeks. First is a game you've never, ever heard of called High on Life 2.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Sorry, dude.
No, that's okay. Which for, as we already talked about that one, so I'm not going to bother with that. And then the other one is a game, and I actually just ran a preview of it because I got to see it last week. It's called Crisol Theater of Idols, which is it's kind of hard to see from this screenshot because it's a very dark game. It's a survival horror first-person game that's sort of equally inspired by Resident Evil and Spanish folklore.
Ooh.
And the interesting thing is, so at the top you see your health meter. That's your blood. And you get blood from finding vials of blood and by finding dead animals and dead people and sucking their blood. And the reason that you want to do this is that your guns also work with blood. Like your ammo is like blood that you draw from your veins into your gun. Weird. So it's very weird. And a lot of the enemies that you fight are made of wood. So it's like regular bullets don't work on them anyway. So that's why you have divine blood. It's supposedly all explained in the game, but so that'll be coming up. And then on the book front, lots of good book stories over the next couple of weeks, one of which ran today, which was an interview with a guy named Christopher Rocchio and his new novel, Shadows Upon Time, which is the 7th and final book of his epic science fiction, space opera, space fantasy, very Dune-ish series, The Sun Eater. I've read the previous 6 books. They're absolutely fantastic. If you like Dune and that kind of like epic space empire, huge battles over many, many years, it's that kind of thing. And one of the cool things is at the very, very beginning of the first book, he says, I did something terrible, and this is the story of it. And that's what the whole series has been. It's all leading up to this terrible, terrible thing that he did. So
Hmm.
very, very cool. That ran today. And yeah, that's where we'll leave that.
Very cool. If you want to check out these stories, go to paulsemel.com. There is a direct link in the Facebook and YouTube descriptions. We have a comment from Tokes who appreciates our heads up on the tangents. Yes. Good thing that you popped up, Tokes, because that leads us into our TV section. Let's talk about the shows we're watching. Marcus, I want to hear how season 2 of The Pit is going. We're watching, Carlos and I are watching A Night of the Seven Kingdoms. We are enjoying it. Mac and Paul are not. But I don't know. Have you? Mac has watched the second episode. Paul, have you watched the second episode?
No, I'm not bothering. I'm done.
That is a shame. It's getting pretty good. And I think from episode 3 onwards, now that
if
all
they
the
don't
explanation is done.
the same thing. If episode 3 doesn't hook me, I'm out. Like the first 2 episodes to me have been like, I get it, it's exposition, you need to set up the characters and the story and the narrative, but like there's been nothing beyond that. It's just been like, okay, I get it. Like
You can't both be out because I need at least one of you for the review.
I'll watch it. I'll do it for you.
Okay.
So
Like Brian Adams.
I'll watch it, but I mean, like, I literally laughed out loud at the opening scene of episode 2. Like, and I like panicked because, like, Paul, if you didn't see it, like, the guy shows up with the world's hugest cock and it's like a full minute long shot of this dude just standing full frontal buck naked taking a piss, and
it's not real. Okay, to be clear,
I read it was a stunt cock.
Yeah,
maybe it's a stunt cock. By the way, that's really funny. But so right when that scene comes on, I hear like one of my daughters walking down the stairs, and I'm fucking panicking, trying to like get the remote to fast forward and get it off the screen.
So we've had interesting opens for the first 2 episodes. How do you top those 2? Like,
yeah, how do you? Yeah, well, I don't know.
Or maybe they're done with that. Yeah. Marcus, please give us an update on The Pit. I have not been watching, and I would like to hear more.
So, only a couple of episodes have dropped. It's set over 4th of July weekend, and there's obviously, much like in the last season where there was the shooter at the music concert, there is something big that kicks in, but not to be outdone by your Lord of the Rings knockoff, whatever it is that had the Dong of the Dragon. The Pit had penis last week too.
All right.
Very realistic. Some poor guy had doubled his injection of his erectile dysfunction medicine, and so he'd gone.
Wait, you shouldn't do that.
You only like to do one injection, but he went in both sides because it was his wedding anniversary. And then they just proceeded to show a scene that could bring tears to a glass eye for every man in the world, because it basically showed them exsanguinating the penis to get the blood out. And it was a mighty.
I wouldn't be able to watch that. I would have had to look away. I probably would have screamed.
But look, again, great cast, great chemistry. They've got a couple of new trainees this year, a new doctor, but it's just effortless. That entire cast is so tight. You can, and I think it's because they're limited to, much like perhaps ER was. I never watched it, but they were focused on just one little section of a hospital. There's not much you see outside or in other areas, and so it becomes like second nature, and you just. Yeah, they just click, and the sense you find out what's happening at the end of episode 2, and episode 3 will kick in this week, and shit will hit the fan. But no, it's great. I mean, it shows different things that are happening, and how. I mean, it's a hypochondriac's dream. Oh, I stubbed my toe. I have a brain tumor.
Why wasn't there an ER spinoff called like OBGYN or something. Go to another part of the hospital.
I'm sure there was a porno version of that.
We have a comment from Tokes who says, "A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms has been a good palate cleanser. I might be ready for House of the Dragon season 3.
Yeah.
I am not positive about that. And I think the problem, and this is George Martin's problem with it, is the novella. I don't know. Actually, I'll ask you about that, Paul, later. The Queen and the Princess is like 80, 90 pages or something, and they're stretching that into multiple seasons in House of the Dragon. If you compare that to the Hedge Knight, which is what season 1 of A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms is based on, that's 160 pages, and they're doing 6 relatively short episodes. So I think that benefits the storytelling more because they're not dragging things out and making things up like in House of the Dragon. I'll see it. I'll watch it because I like the franchise and dragons are cool, but I don't have faith that'll be better. I'm really enjoying A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms. I just like how small it is compared to these epic families. It's really 2 characters. The main conflict at the end, it'll be between 14 people instead of hundreds or thousands of soldiers on each side. Even the music, it's 2 of the tracks are only 2 instruments. One of the other tracks is maybe 4, as opposed to the big grand orchestral things they have for both Game of Thrones and House of the Dragon. So I'm very, very much enjoying. I want to see where it goes. Fallout is really picked up. It started slow for me, but I'm enjoying where the season is going. And it wasn't until you reminded me, Mac, that season 1 also started a bit slow, but now it's picked up.
Yeah, it's a slow roll, and but again, the games are slow rolls, right? You wake up, you got to kind of explore each thing, and then it makes sense to me the way they're pacing it. But yeah, I so far what I've seen in season 2, I've actually really liked.
Yes.
I mean, the big difference was they dumped season 1 all in one go, and now we are watching week to week to week. So the numbers have actually gone down year upon year, but I think the individual episode views have gone up or some sort of weird logic.
I love how dedicated and true to the game the TV show is, especially all the stuff in New Vegas that we kind of saw and got a glimpse into. You see even though it was the factory that all the mutant kids was a Sunset Sarsaparilla factory. They're just doing such a great job of paying homage to the original, just the world, the game world. My sister was asking about it the other day, and I was just saying the same thing. It's oh, I worked on the game, and this is some of my favorite game series from
nice
my entire career. And then she's I didn't know you were that involved. I was yeah, this is perfect. I love this show. So,
and didn't they do a soda crossover with Costco or something like that? I remember
at some point I believe they did. Yeah,
they've had the soda at events in the past. I have an empty bottle from one. What I kind of wonder is whether they were considering having Matthew Perry be in this season, he was in the game before he died.
I think he died long before they even thought they'd get a second season.
Oh,
okay. What, 4 years ago, 3 years ago?
And then there's the news that Ron Perlman's going to be showing up in the show as a mutant.
Oh, cool! I did not read that.
He was I think the original narrator for the original Fallout or early Fallout games.
He did it. I think he also did 4 up to 4.
Okay.
I think the only one he didn't do is the 76, which is the MMO.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's been in every one.
So there's news that he's going to be playing a mutant now in the show.
That's cool.
Paul, I had a question for you because you were the most well-read out of the 4 of us. Do you make a distinction between a short story and a novella? Because I don't know what the goddamn difference is. They're both
or is one just way of saying
it has to do? It has to do. Well, yeah. I mean, it really just has to do with length. And when I say length, I don't mean pages. It's actually word count. A short story is this long, and you know, a novelette is like this long, and then a novella is this long, and then I don't know, you know, like I think like people kind of like there is like a word count thing that like that the publishers use.
Okay,
So
that makes sense.
yeah, you know,
Some people
I mean, in terms of,
consider the focus, like if a short story has multiple locations, it ceases being a short story and becomes a novella. I'm like, okay, that's a rule.
no, because if
I
you
like
wrote like a
Paul's
30-page
rules
story with like multiple locations, nobody would call that a novella. I mean, another thing to sort of, I think that the publishing industry sort of takes into account is, can you publish this on its own? Like, you can't really put out like a short story on its own. You could put out a novella on, and actually novellas have become really, really big in the last few years, especially in the science fiction, fantasy, and horror realms.
But the Duncan Egg Tales are not standalone. They were originally released as compilations before he bundled the three of them into their own thing. But
he could have, but like if he was signed, for example, to a sci-fi fantasy company called Tor, and if he was signed to Tor, they would have put the three of them out individually, like they did with Murderbot. And what they'll sometimes then do is put out like a collection of
but
like, you know,
like Martin calls them novellas, though. I don't know what the rules are for these.
Yeah, it's kind of
seems kind of gray. Yeah, it does seem very nebulous, very strange. Yeah. But thank you for that. I'm glad I asked, and I'm still as confused as I was before. Let's talk quickly about movies that we saw in January. I finally got around to seeing Is This Thing On?, starring Lego Batman and Laura Dern, where he plays a husband in a broken marriage that rediscovers himself through stand-up comedy. And I didn't know that Will Arnett had dramatic chops. I was really impressed by his performance in this movie. Bradley Cooper directed it. I think
didn't get that from Arrested Development?
No. I mean, he just has he has one of those voices like Jason Mantzoukas and Charlie Day, where like just him talking is funny to me. So I never think of him as a dramatic actor, but he did super well in that.
Yeah, that was like Adam Sandler too. Like nobody took him for a series. Jim Carrey, same thing. Like they've had this like so goofy. How could they do a serious role? And they do it. And you're like, holy fuck.
Yeah. So, like when Sandler did Punch Drunk Love, I was like, where the hell did this come from? But I also see with Sandler, he's done a few of these movies. Uncut Gems is another one where you can tell he can be really good, but you can also tell he has more fun doing stupid shit with his friends.
Sure.
So we'll see like Grown Ups 12 before we see like another movie like Uncut Gems or something. I also saw No Other Choice from director Park, who gave us Old Boy. But it also has Lee Byung-hun, who is Gui Ma in K-pop Demon Hunters. So I can't stop thinking of him as Gui Ma now, even though I've seen him before in other roles.
Right.
But that's super good. But it's, you know, also very Korean drama movie. But Old Boy, I think, is one of the
Old Boy's a great movie. Yeah. Super family friendly too.
the original one, not the
watch it for Thanksgiving.
The one with Thanos and Scarlet Witch, directed by Spike Lee. I did not like that one nearly as much.
I still don't understand that one at all.
Like why they did it? I don't.
Yeah, like why Spike Lee did that movie.
I
it's
don't know.
I've never heard of it.
It's very out of character.
Dern or Dunce? Dern with a D-E-R-N, who she's Bruce Dern's daughter. Is that right?
She's in Jurassic Park.
Yes.
Yes.
Laura Dern.
I remember Laura Dern was she was on Dennis Miller's show a long time ago, and that's when she was dating Jeff Goldblum. And the first question is like, "So you're dating the Fly now? What's that like?"
So that movie you were talking about, Ray, is This Thing On? So it's based. It's based around the story of a real life British comedian, John Bishop, who's in Doctor Who, was a sidekick for a while. But yeah, he is a born and bred Liverpudlian, and he was going through this really bad time. His marriage was ending, and he just got up on stage one day, and he's now one of the most successful comedians in the UK. Incredibly funny, great wit, and supports a really good football team.
Toke says my grandma's favorite novella is don't even want to pronounce that.
Dos
Something
mujeres
about a horse. The murders of horse. I don't know what that is.
Two somethings, one something.
Oh, 2 murders and a horse. That's what I'm going with. But yeah, I don't want to butcher your language.
Malo, so
Marcus mentioned this movie coming out this week called The Wrecking Crew, starring Khal Drogo and Batista as a pair of brothers who, like, one is a good cop by the books and the other is like a rebel agent kind of thing, and their father was murdered and they go investigate. I think this movie will be total garbage, but I will watch it.
The best kind though, right? Like Men at Work level best garbage.
What did you equate it with? What, did you say Tango and Cash? You're
Tango
getting
and Cash
Cash vibes? Yeah.
I could watch something like that.
Yeah,
but I like that it's set in Hawaii and the cast is mostly brown people. They got Branscombe, what's his face, who played Bobby Six Killer in that Lorenzo Lamas show Renegade, which is one of the worst shows I've ever seen in my life. It's like up there with Pacific Blue.
Speaking of worst, I want to bring something up because
yes,
Ray, you and I talked about this before, but a couple weeks ago we were all talking, and I had suggested that the movie The Electric State was one of my favorites, right? And then flash forward to now, I think it was this past week, the Razzies came out and labeled it one of the worst movie of the year.
The Razzie nominations came out, and it was up.
And it was up there for worst of the year. And I'm like, no fucking way, because ironically, then I also just watched Tron Ares, and holy shit, how is any movie? How is that not nominated for every possible Razzie award? Because that movie, I turned off I turned it off and just walked away. It was just so bad.
I think that webcam movie that Ice Cube did should steal all the awards. Yeah, because that's such garbage.
I don't know. I think that next year they'll have that new movie by Chris Pratt that came out last weekend called Mercy or whatever it was called. He's the cop and the judge, and an AI judge, and he's accused of murder.
That's right. Snow White was up for a lot of those. The Razzies are fun.
So my point is, I just watched Tron Ares a little, and I didn't like it. So that was one of my more recent.
The best thing about Tron Ares was the music. The music was absolutely.
I
on an IMAX screen with a really good.
Yeah,
I could just close my eyes, ignore the movie, and just enjoy the music.
There's something funny about that Mercy movie, to go back to that for a second, where I saw a bunch of people on TV talking about it, and they were complaining about the fact that they used AI to make the female judge. And I was like sitting there watching it. I'm like, that's actress Rebecca Ferguson from Mission Impossible and Dune. How do you not know that that's a real person? And then I was like,
the Silo
maybe
TV
that's how bad it
series,
was.
right?
The what?
Isn't she also in the Silo TV series?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. And she's a fantastic actress, but for some reason they thought that she was AI, and they were complaining about the use of AI actresses in a movie, which is just funny to me.
Zach Morris appreciates my knowledge of Spanish. I'm sorry, I can't stop laughing at 2 murders, 1 horse. Oh, 2 women, 1 road.
We were closer than no guess at all. So whatever.
That makes what I thought. If the Camino doesn't mean horse.
Horse is caballo. So
caballo. Camino. What's Camino? Aside from like a shitty car from the 70s.
The planet that the clones were bred on.
The Caminoans. That's right. But yeah, I remember those El Caminos. I'm like, are you a car? Are you a pickup truck? Make up your mind.
Oh, El Camino is fucking badass, dude.
No, they're not.
They're the best. It's like the Subaru Brat. It's like like the best hybrid.
I will respectfully disagree on that one.
No,
But
I mean, what's Alpino's cousin? It has like a Ford. Ford tried to do one too, and it was like has a similar name. I'll have to let me look it up.
have you guys seen any movies, new or old, this month that stuck with you in January?
El Ranchero is the Ford version.
That's not real. I don't.
It is.
That sounds like
Ford Ranchero and the Chevrolet El Camino.
Was it made like Pequeños Quibleros? That sounds like a Keebler elf thing. El Ranchero.
I wouldn't say that's out of reality. So who knows?
It sounds like the car Homer designs in The Simpsons. Camionero.
Sancheros. That was the Keebler snack.
Yeah. I don't know what else I just watched with my wife. Is it His and Hers, that series that was on Netflix?
I watched the first episode yesterday. Actually,
it gets real good and it's interesting and it's like a suspense thriller. But that was really good. I enjoyed that.
I watched The Rip.
Ooh,
I watched The Rip as well. I thought that was an excellent movie.
I actually did. Yeah, I agree. It's one of those ones nowadays you couldn't release in the cinema because it would just bomb. But watching it at home, I thought Damon and Affleck.
They have such a good and even Steven Yeun, like everybody just really like that whole cast just kind of got each other. It seemed.
Yeah, they were all at the top of their game, and it was it was a really good whodunit. Kept it going towards the end. Couple of twists and turns. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely, at the very least, it's a background movie. I would thoroughly recommend just grabbing a beer, some popcorn, whatever, and just watching it and turning your brain off for 2 hours.
Yeah,
Carlos has been watching it too. Who's Kurt Angle's nephew in that? Who is that?
I don't know who that is.
Interesting. Yeah, but they haven't worked together in like 40 years, right?
I won't do a spoiler for His and Hers, but ironically, when I was watching it, I jokingly made a comment to my wife. I'll bet that's who did it. And then, sure enough, at the end of the series, that's what it was.
John Bernthal.
Oh, how was he?
John Bernthal. Yeah. Le Punisher.
Very interesting.
I watched the Mel Brooks documentaries.
Oh, I've been meaning to do
Is
that.
that up on HBO now?
Yeah,
It's on HBO and HBO Max. It's really, really good. It's really interesting. There's a lot of interesting people in that. And one thing that I didn't know about him is he started a production company and they produced The Elephant Man and The Fly, which basically means he's responsible. They even say this. He's responsible for the careers of David Lynch and David Cronenberg.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
It doesn't surprise me, man. He's been around for so long, involved in so much. It's crazy to think about the fact that he's, what is he, 90 something right now?
100.
99.
Yeah, just
he's 99.
Just finished filming Spaceballs 2. Like,
yep.
What I didn't know, and I thought was really interesting too, was there's some insight from his son, Max, talking about when his dad was out of work and how much of a pain in the ass he was to have to be around. And I thought that was pretty revealing.
Yeah.
And there's an interesting parallel for me right now too.
I definitely want to watch that. I want to watch the Chevy Chase documentary, but I'm also kind of
I've seen
scared.
that one. That one.
I want to watch it, but
Yeah.
I don't want to like. I don't like Chevy Chase. Like he's
very unlikable. But as a kid,
I don't want to give. I don't want anything of mine to be given to him, including my time. So like, there's just like I want to watch it, but I don't.
But that was one of the most
X1 and
disappointing
2.
things when I learned, because I loved Chevy Chase as a kid, and
Yeah,
Fleck,
so did I.
Three
They're my
Amigos.
heroes.
But when I learned what a dickie was, that was very disappointing.
And like not just a dick, but like super cocky about everything. It's just like, fuck you, man. You've become the least funny person in America.
Yeah. And
And this
Lisa.
movie will not change your opinion of him
No,
at
No,
all.
I
he-
don't think
I
anybody's
don't like
opinion
it.
is going to be changed on that. I mean,
Unless you thought he was a nice guy walking into it, then you're going to be
I
like,
did. No, I don't like him.
There's one more thing I wanted to mention about the Mel Brooks thing, which is cool. If you have HBO or HBO Max, they recently added a whole bunch of his movies to to the system. So like High Anxiety, Blazing Saddles, History of the World, I think
Is
Robin
Young
Hood Men in
Frankenstein
Tights
on there?
and Young
Men in Tights.
Frankenstein are all airing on HBO. And like, what they've been doing is they show the 2-part documentary and then they go into like 10 hours of Mel Brooks classics. So
Men in Tights is one of my favorite movie scenes where Blinken, the blind dude, runs into the tree and he's like, I can see it. Or he's like, all of a sudden he's like, I can see again. And he runs into the tree and he's like, I can't see. He has vision for like 4 seconds before it's taken away from him right away.
yeah, I
And
forgot that
it's,
Dave Chappelle was in that movie.
Yes, I was going to say we get to see a very young Dave Chappelle. He also was in.
I love Dave Chappelle in
He's Got
Undercover
Mail.
Brother and in Men in Tights.
And
I
And they
also
talk about
love-
how they also talk about how they got Gene Hackman to be in Young Frankenstein.
Oh,
it's
funny.
Frankenstein.
Frankenstein.
then it's Igor.
Marty.
Sometimes if I'm feeling a little sad, I will watch that putting on the Ritz scene. Just- yeah.
I can't hear that song without yelling that that Peter, what his name is. Yeah.
Peter Boyle.
Peter Boyle. Ugh.
It's such a good scene. And Mel Brooks was so against it. He did not want it in the movie, but Gene Wilder.
Oh, they
was
talk
insistent.
about that. They talk about the whole thing with him and Gene Wilder because I didn't know this. Did Gene Wilder co-wrote that?
Yeah.
I had
Yeah.
no idea.
Movie.
Wow.
Oh yeah,
Gene
he
Wilder
co-wrote.
documentary is
I mean-
also excellent.
Ah.
Which one?
Gene Wilder
The
documentary.
Gene. Yeah, I've seen that one too.
I mean,
Okay.
he's just
I gotta
Yeah.
go catch up on
The
documentary.
one thing I will say that was set for me and I'm sure people give me shit about this, but I don't care, is as I was watching the Mel Brooks documentary, I thought if he hadn't done what he'd done, somebody would be making a documentary like this about Woody Allen, and it would have been really, really cool, but that will now never happen.
Yes. I wanted to point out that my my subtitle, where I have Lionel Richie Baratheon, originally I was going to put make an Ashford and Simpson joke because the tournament is at Lord Ashford's little realm. So I'm like, where's
Ashford and Simpson? Wow.
they don't get the credit they deserve because most people know them for like solid as a rock, but they wrote so many incredible Motown songs. Like Ain't No Mountain High Enough is Ashford and Simpson. You're All I Need to Get By, also Ashford and Simpson. I mean, they are in the Songwriting Hall of Fame along with Taylor Swift, who is in this year. Have you seen her text messages? God damn it! Why do I know so much about Blake Lively? Read it.
No.
Yeah, I hate that I know as much as I do about Blake Lively.
We don't
Yeah.
need to know.
She's
We've got other
Yeah.
things to work on. I mean,
You don't have to
we do.
click.
going
when you're
going
scrolling through the
snowboarding.
news, you don't have to
or
click that
reading more
story. You
books.
can go to the next one.
Well, I didn't click. I saw Taylor Swift and I clicked on it. And it's
Oh,
just
right.
an actual reaction.
You have no control.
Yeah,
If you ever want to fish, our boy Ray, send him an email with a link to something, wherever you want it to go. Just
yes. Just put
Taylor
Taylor
Swift.
Swift. Just put Taylor Swift on it.
That is a bad game to play. I will not engage and send you stuff because I won't be allowed back on the show.
And so with that, I think that will put a button on our first live stream of the year. Go to paulsemel.com. Visit Marcus. I think I linked to your Blue Sky in the description.
I mean, you can find me Annoyed Gamer on Insta and Threads. I'm not really. I'm still in a fucking horrible place. I've had a trapped nerve in my back on top of everything else since the 2nd of January. So I'm back on my walker and everything. So yeah, when I've got happy stuff to post, please look out for me and follow me, and it'll be great.
I forgot, Ray.
Mac, you need to make a Blue Sky account.
I know, I forgot. You asked me to make a Blue Sky account. I was like, yeah, I'll do it. And then I didn't do it. So maybe I'll do it now.
Zach Morris, thanks for hanging out. Tokes, thanks for hanging out.
Thanks, everybody.
Zach and Tokes.
Yeah.
Zach and Tokes, that sounds like a Disney Channel movie from the early aughts.
Sounds
Zach
like Tango and Cash to me, man. Another action flick.
So we have a few things coming up in February. Paul Mack and I will be doing a Wonder Man review.
Yeah.
Carlos Mack and I, well, Marcus, you're welcome to hang out, of course.
Of course, I'll be there for that one.
I've watched the
over
trailer
with.
for
I've got a
that,
show to
like,
watch.
Yeah.
I feel like Wonder Man is one of those things where, like, I'm gonna need you, Ray, or Paul, whoever, to give me like a full pre-brief on Wonder Man and why I care, because it's a character I don't know.
So he ate an entire loaf of Wonder Bread, and that gave him superpowers.
Yes.
But only the powers to act in bad television shows.
Worse.
Well, he ate the loaf of
worse
Wonder
narratives
Bread,
have happened from Marvel.
and it
He's
basically gave him the powers to pass as a white man, which means he's now safe.
Basically Wonder Woman, but he has a schlong. So Wonder Man.
Marcus, you broke Paul. That was good.
Yes. We have the Fallout Season 2 review. Carlos will be coming back for that one. We have something special for Black History Month that I will not mention just yet. And at the end of the month, we will be back with another live stream. But, buy a tumbler like Paul's. That's very cool. You can find those.
Very cool. I just haven't used mine much yet.
Joe Coy, Olivia, Haley,
RPad.
Yes.
Yeah, apparently it's if you are of a certain culture, that means a lot.
Yes. Well, we got Haley or H. Lee Seinfeld, as she was called on Between Two Ferns.
Are we not going to get Pep, Erling,
Nah,
Saudi Cash?
I don't think I'll sell many of those. But yeah, you can find RPadTV merch on Amazon.com. Buy some if you're so inclined. But please come hang out with us next time on RPadTV. I'm going to make the magic hearts. Yes. And now I will play my guitar riff. Thanks for watching, guys.